Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love. Let's rise high into this moment. Welcome to Astro Fenixx, and this is going to be your daily Astro reports for today, January the 2nd of 2019. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And always, like I said, be sure to check out the blog post that goes along with this video. If you happen to be catching me live while doing this daily reading live, then come back to the video a few moments later, just refresh it, and I'll have the blog post linked in the description below. But happy 2019. It's the second day of 2019. So what do we have going on for today? Well, we have Neptune as an interesting focus for today. The planet Neptune. Where is Neptune right now? It's his home sign of Pisces. And this is really about believing in the magic. This is really about believing in our path, really believing that we actually can manifest our dreams, our deeper desires, these deeper ones, this dream life. Neptune right now is really asking us to really not put any type of bounds and restrictions on our dreams, on our imagination. The imagination cannot be confined, it is boundless. What's interesting though about Neptune energy is that since it does rule the natural 12th house of Pisces, while it rules imagination and this freedom in a sense, it also rules asylums and prisons. And it's funny how I said prisms, not prisons, but it does rule that. And there's an interesting energy with this because a lot of times we can trap ourselves into believing that things have to be a certain way. We can trap ourselves into believing that we can't be magical, that we can't have the dream life, that we can't do the things that we want to do, and that we are going to be caught in a repetitive cycle. So what happens when we get caught up in these repetitive cycles, when we're running these scripts? Do you ever find yourself doing that? I know I do that at work. And sometimes it helps to run scripts. It helps you to get through the day. But sometimes after a while, what happens you'll discover is that when you're running these scripts, when you find yourself saying the same things, when you find yourself, kind of going with this little routine and whatever it is that you're doing, you'll begin to notice that the authenticity of that experience begins to dwindle, begins to dwindle, begins to dwindle. And then you'll find yourself, like I said, running a script. Is almost like watching reruns of your favorite TV show. And yes, it's your favorite TV show, probably for a reason. That's why you keep watching it. But at some point, we do have to change the channel. So at some point, we have to change the tune, change the vibe, change the tone, change the song. Nothing wrong with listening to our favorites. We all have favorite songs, we all have favorite books and favorite movies, but it gets to a point where you start to be able to quote it forwards and backwards. And it's cool to get into that nostalgia sometimes, but at the same time, there needs to be some newness here. And what's interesting with this Neptune energy coming through is that the sun, which is in Capricorn right now, which is having us think about things from a practical, logical sense, a very grounded sense, but also from a sense of this mountain that we are climbing and the practical steps that we can take to climb this mountain. And you better believe that in order for you to climb to the top of this mountain, in order for you to climb to the pinnacle, you better believe that belief and faith is necessary. Yes, you may have all the tools that you need. You may be strong. You may have been preparing for this climb for such a long time. But there will be twists and turns. There will be obstacles. There will be challenges. But best believe that what's going to help you make it through those experiences is, yes, going to be the wisdom of where you've come from. But when that breaks down, there is something deeper. There's this faith. There's this belief, this sense that we are truly connected and that we can never be disconnected, only perform under the guise and from the illusion that we are disconnected. So today's going to be A very powerful day. Of course, the moon is going to be finishing up in Scorpio. Really, it's going to be in Sagittarius most of the day. And so, with the moon being in Sagittarius, it's actually, and this is more of a Thursday aspect, but I'll go ahead and mention it. It will begin to square Neptune. And, of course, the moon's going to be coming over, Jupiter too. And like I said, this is more of a Thursday aspect, but we are going to sort of get like this precursor energy because now the moon being in Sagittarius is going to begin to square this Neptune energy. And with the sun being in Capricorn, like I said, this is definitely about looking at our situation and acting from a practical stance, but also being imbued and emblazoned with a vision for the most incredible life, the most incredible, beautiful, magical life that you can possibly imagine, and then some, because that's what it's going to be like. I'm telling you, this year is going to be a year of quantum leaps. Quantum leaps, guys. As fact, as I'm making this right now, the moon is actually trining Chiron, and it's quincunxing Uranus. Uranus is all about quantum leaps. And that quincunx is a bit of an awkward energy. We're trying to figure out and trying to think our way into and try to figure out how am I going to take this quantum leap forward towards my destiny, towards this vision that I have for my life, towards this dream. How am I going to make it there? Considering all the things that have happened to me, I'm wounded, I'm hurt, I have scars. In the beautiful words of my good friend Christina, this is going to be a day where you are going to learn how to turn those scars into golden tattoos. You're going to begin to learn how to turn those scars into golden tattoos. And don't get it twisted. With the moon making this trine over to Chiron, which is it's technically a Wednesday aspect, although it's really early in the morning. Don't get it twisted. They call him the wounded healer, but he was a powerful warrior. A powerful warrior. So where Chiron is in your chart, it's actually a bit of a superpower. It's a bit of a superpower. And yes, there is this interesting thing where Neptune being at 14 degrees and Chiron being at 28 degrees. So there is a bit of this interesting aspect because 14 plus 14 equals 28. We're trying to figure out how in the world are we going to make it to that dream life. All you have to do is take one step forward. And the universe, God, source, perspective, the divine, whatever you really want to call it, it will meet you halfway. And then some. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is believe and take the necessary steps. And I promise you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you will be golden. That is it for your live reading for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to try and get into the habit of doing it the night before so as to accommodate my viewers in other parts of the world and Europe and such. And like I said, make sure to check out the blog post that's going to go along with this and reading and complement it. If you happen to be watching this live, just refresh the video a few times. It'll appear in the description below. If you're watching this afterwards, it'll already be there. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Y'all go out and have an amazing, incredible day. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often. Oh.